All right, everybody, welcome back into Sports Drive. Joining us now from the road down to San Antonio, Coach Schilling. Coach, thanks for making the time on the road trip. I know you mentioned you guys did a little bit of a pit stop here to just kind of fuel up and take a little break
Yeah.
from the drive. Where are you guys at right now in the in the drive? How much farther do you guys have to go?
We're in Eden right now, so I
Okay.
think we've got about 2.5 hours left. So they're
All right, so that's not so bad. So what has it been?
no.
4 hours so far on the road or something like that?
Well, we pulled out at 8 o'clock, and then we stopped
Wow.
at Tech and had a little workout and ate in Lubbock. So we were in Lubbock for a little while before we got on the road. So this has been our first stop since then. I think they're loading up on some ice cream right now at Dairy Queen.
All right, there you go. I know you guys, probably used to these long drives. At least, you probably come a little accustomed to them. But, I imagine you guys have your routines kind of set, and you have an idea of where you might make the stops. And you mentioned stopping at Tech for a little bit of a workout and stuff like that. So I imagine it's kind of I don't know what to say, second hat or just something you're a little bit used to and comfortable with at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a long ways down there, so. Playing Thursday morning, it's nice to be able to leave Tuesday. We'll get there this evening and eat good and get checked in, and then we have all day tomorrow. We'll go work out a little bit and then go to the Alamo Dome, have a shoot around. So we'll have a lot of downtime, kind of get our legs back, and especially after a long drive, and then be ready to go Thursday morning.
I do want to ask, obviously, like you mentioned, the focus is kind of hopefully on, taking home another state title for Nazareth and adding another one to the collection. But how cool is it for you and for the kids to get that opportunity to play, in a building like the Alamo Dome, in an atmosphere like that? Just, I know it's hard to maybe focus on that aspect of it when you're so locked in on winning the game. But do you ever look back and say, man, that is cool that we get the chance to play in an arena like that?
Oh, absolutely. Even though, it's just kind of expected here, but I want it to be a big deal to them because it is a big deal to get down here, especially coming out of our region, and the run that they've made these last few games they definitely deserved it and earned it. So, I want it, and I tell them I want it to be it's a fun business trip where we're going to have some fun. I want them to be loose and relaxed, and there's times where whenever it's time to start talking about Netchus or our next opponent, or we're practicing or getting ready for a game, then it turns into a business trip. So you got to be able to flip that switch. And some of them have been through this, so they understand the routine, and I think that's a big deal. Whenever you hadn't been here and you don't understand the routine and everything, but being able to do that and also have fun at the same time, I think that's key to coming down here and getting the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, we talked a little bit about before we came on air. You mentioned last week you guys had, a big injury with, Gerber going down. Can you talk about her a little bit and how you feel like the team has, recovered for that, responded from that, and how you kind of address losing one of your key players?
Yeah, that's I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and she's a good kid and does so much for us. And she actually missed a big part of our season at the beginning because she had a broken hand, and maybe it was something that was preparing us for this road, because whenever we were out with her earlier, we played some big time games, and we had people step up big time. I mean, all of our guards had to step up a little bit. Brooklyn Dyer, Chloe Barkenfeld, Caroline Myrick, they all stepped up. Riley Romerkers, everybody stepped up a little bit, and so they kind of proved something, and we learned something about them. And now, unfortunately, with that happening, we know what to expect from them. And I've told them all along, the sign of a great team is if you remove one person, for an injury or something, then our level of play is not going to drop a whole lot. Everybody's got to be able to step up and fill in where they can, and then be able to keep this thing going. But I hate it for Harley. Like I said, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But that's part of the game. Sometimes those things happen, and she's going to be okay. She's going to come back, and looking forward to her having a great senior year next year. But and I told her after the injury, she's still just as valuable to us as she was before, just in a little different role. So she's very supportive, and she's good on the bench and kind of gets everything going, and still a big factor to our success.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate you making the time on the pit stop. We'll let you, fuel up yourself, get a little, food in Dairy Queen if you want. Just grab some ice cream with the girls. We hope to talk to you again soon as you guys make the trip down to States, and we wish you the best of luck in that game you mentioned against Natchez. So we'll be watching and we'll be cheering you guys on.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Have a safe rest of the drive. That's it for Sports Drive. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.